Good day, everyone. Today I'm talking to you about the genetic code. The genetic code, and we are starting right away. The genetic code translates a set of 3 RNA bases into amino acid. Each codon, which is a unit of 3 bases, represents some amino acid sequence. The genetic code is degenerative. What that means is that separate codons can code for the same amino acid. That means 2 or 3 codons can code for the same amino acid. That is what it means to say that the genetic code is degenerative. The genetic code is also unambiguous. What that means is that one codon does not code for more than one amino acid. One codon does not code for more than one amino acid. Let's say, for instance, you have the codon UGA. UGA cannot code for stop and also code for an adenine at the same time. It can only code for one amino acid. All species share the universal genetic code. Whether plants or animals, they have the genetic code. Proteins consist of 20 different amino acids in nature. The genetic code has 64 different codons. So these 64 codons code for 20 amino acids, and that is why genetic code is degenerative. Many of the 3-letter codons code for same amino acids. That is what we mean by redundancy or degenerate genetic code. Some important codons are as follows. We have the start codon, which is methionine, which is AUG. It's the start codon. It's the codon that starts on any code you are writing. Then we have the stop codon. The stop codon is the one that terminates. When you see the stop codon, the code reading stop at that point. And you have UAA, UAG, and UGA. They are the stop codons. These are the 2 most important codons, the start codon and the stop codon. So when you see a stop codon, that means the amino acid that is being coded for has terminated at that point. Mnemonic for the stop codons, which is UAA, UAG, and UGA, are as follows. For UAA, we have the mnemonic "You are annoying." For UAG, we have the mnemonic "You go away." That is UAG. That's UGA. And for UAG, we have "You are gone." In all organisms, that is plants, animals, and microorganisms, when you say organisms, you're talking about plants, talking about animals. You're not just talking about microorganisms alone. We're referring to plants, animals, and microorganisms. Genetic material is a DNA which is made up of repeating units of nucleotides. The sequence in which these nucleotides are arranged on the DNA determines the structure and function of the gene. In protein synthesis, the information contained in the gene is transcribed into messenger RNA by using a complementary base pair. It should be noted, however, that thymine, T, does not occur in RNA but is replaced with uracil, U. For instance, a gene with the following nucleotide sequence, CTT, A, GC, TTC, after transcription will give a messenger RNA of the following sequence, GAA, UCG, AAG, after transcription. The messenger RNA is translated into proteins whose amino acid sequence is determined by the nucleotide sequence on the messenger RNA. This process therefore involves the translation of the 4-letter language of DNA into 20-letter language of amino acids of the protein. It has, however, been known that it is only likely that at least 3 nucleotides of the DNA were required to code for each amino acid. With this combination, therefore, 64 different code words are therefore possible. Series of experiments were carried out to determine the 3-letter code words for the different amino acids. One of such experiments was carried out by Nirenberg in 1961 by using synthesized nucleotides. The steps involved synthesis of polynucleotides, addition of one amino acid per test tube to make 20 tubes of labeled amino acids. Then number C is addition of required enzymes to each of the tubes to form protein from the polynucleotide. From this experiment, it was found that only one of the tubes, the protein, was synthesized, and in that tube, all the amino acids of the protein are phenylalanine, hence indicating that UUU codes for phenylalanine. Other experiments were then carried out by using different combinations that make the 64 code words. This has led to the elucidation of the genetic code for all the amino acids, and these codons are represented on the table or the plate that follows. In the plate, I've shown what was handwritten, showing the code, and in the next plate or the next figure or the next you see this that I got from somewhere, which I'm using for this lecture to explain the 64 code words and the amino acid that they code for. You have the 64 code words and the amino acid that they code for. So in this second plate or second figure, you see that the second plate, you see the name of the amino acid is mentioned. In the first plate, I used the code of the amino acid. I use the code. I use the codon. That's the three base pairs that form one amino acid. So they are called codon. So ACA is a codon, and others that we have there. Now, let's talk about the features of the genetic code. The genetic code has the following characteristics. There is no punctuation in the reading frame of the triplet codon of a gene. The AA code, the amino acid AA code was identical in all species that have been tested. However, of recent, the protein synthesis using mitochondrial ribosomes, tRNA, and messenger RNA show a few differences in code words, e.g., AUA code for methionine other than isoleucine. Similarly, UGA code for tryptophan other than termination code. A given amino acid may have more than one codon. Only methionine, AUG, and tryptophan, UGG, have single codons. Genetic code can therefore be said to be a set of triplet code words in DNA coding for the amino acids of protein. So we're going to stop here in this explanation of the genetic code, and I will advise that you read more and check other materials that talk about this. So any aspect I've left untouched, those other materials may touch them. So I believe with this you have understood the genetic code. Take time to read and study and practice, because you will ask questions on genetic code during your test or during your exam. I'm going to see you in the next lecture. If you have comments or questions, you can drop them in the comment section below, or you can contact me by emailing neugbenga@yahoo.com, neugbenga@yahoo.com, or WhatsApp me on 080-369-10988. If you are WhatsApping from outside of Nigeria, where I reside, you put the Nigeria country code and you follow the instructions. I'm going to talk to you some other time. You can check my YouTube channel. I have other educative YouTube videos that are going to benefit you anywhere in the world. Bye for now.